let's shift away from challenges and look at some of the skills that it takes to actually be, start attaining some level of success in the fashion space. Um, I know when we were talking earlier, you mentioned something about being, creating your own designs. So are there specific, like maybe I'm new, I can imagine I just want to go into fashion now. What type of skills do you think I need to grow? Whether soft skills, maybe I need to be able to communicate, or maybe hard skills, maybe I need to, you know, know some type of drawing app. I don't know. What's just again, I'm a novice in this area.
Okay, so in the fashion industry, you have to have an idea of what you're doing, of what you're getting into,
Okay.
right? So even if you want to outsource, you still have to know what you're doing. So when I got back from Miss Nigeria pageant, I went to fashion school. So imagine somebody that just got back from a pageant going to learn how to cut and fabrics. But I went to fashion school because I knew that I needed it. I've been running. Remember, I said I've been running the brand before the pageant.
Yeah.
But I was meeting a lot of errors, mistakes. Why? Because I did not even understand what the tailors were making for me.
Okay.
So when they call some terms, some names, I'm like, what are you talking about? So it's easy for them to do what they like, and it's not what you want. It's not up to your standard, because I didn't know what they were doing. So I had to go for fashion school, learn what they are doing, understand what it is, like the background of it. You need to know what you're getting yourself into.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So anybody that say, oh, I just want to create a fashion brand, don't worry, I'll give it to tailors. Nobody says you shouldn't outsource. But you can't be outsourcing what you don't know about.
True.
Yes, so that's one thing that you should get to. You don't have to be the best artist in the world. You can always illustrate. You can always look for references, similar designs to yours, and explain it to the person that wants to make it. But just know what they are doing, so that when you see the process, okay, they're on the right track. You don't have to be the one to sit on the machine and so.
Yep.
Yeah. But just know what they're doing. Go to fashion school, even if it's for 6 months. It won't take you anything.
Okay. So basically, educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Yes. Read blogs. Do a lot of research. Like, look at the brands that you want to be like, and look at their success story. How did they start? What are they doing right now that is making them better than every other brand? All those things. You need to make sure that you're up to date. You can't be caught slacking, because there are a billion people doing this thing.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So you have to keep updating yourself and making sure that you are giving them quality, not quantity.
I remember. So let's say that education is very important, and like she has said, she has mentioned some real ingredients for being an entrepreneur, being resilient, educating yourself, and just trying to absorb so as much information as you can. And for me, I can't even stop talking about these types of things, because they're as basic as anything, and they're the things that can guarantee you that at least you won't fail too much when you start a business adventure. I know we talked about the skills that is required, and I remember that I was thinking about the value chain again. So, this is just a quick question. So, who makes in the fashion industry now? Is it the person selling that makes the most money, or is it the person that creates the design that makes the most money, or is it the person that makes the clothes? Or
What do you mean?
Okay, so let me give another example and relate it. So, for instance, maybe if you're a food processor, for example, maybe you process cassava, for example, and somebody farms it and brings the raw material, right? They sell it to the person that's going to process it. The person is going to make some money. Some people will say, okay, it's the people that are planting this cassava that that's what I want to be doing, because they make more money than the person that is going to process it.
Okay.
So maybe in your own case, maybe it's, if I'm just a designer, maybe I can sell one design for, I don't know, $1 million. It may take me some time, but maybe I may be able to sell one design. Or maybe the person that is now going to make the clothes, maybe you have to send the design somewhere for them to mass produce. Okay, maybe those ones that say, they make the most money in that angle. So I don't know if you have an idea.
Obviously, it's the designer that makes the most money because
Okay.
the designer is the creative. The designer, without the designer, there's nothing. Without the designer, there's no design.
Okay. True.
Yeah, but with the tailors, they are very important. They are very very important, but they would not have something to do if there is no design.
True.
So the designers are the ones that make the most money. What I would say is in fashion there are different types of um, will I call it retailing. There are fast fashion brands and
Okay.
there are slow fashion brands. So in fast fashion brands, fast fashion brands are brands that sell at they sell quantity instead of quality. But that does not mean that the quality of what they are selling is bad though.
Yeah.
You understand? Doesn't mean that the quality is not great. It might even be really great, but they are focused on selling affordable products. Yeah. But the slow fashion brands would take they would take their time to create just one design for you, and it will be the price will be like very expensive. So it now depends on you as a designer which type of fashion you want to go into. So for me, the kind of fashion I am doing right now is still kind of slow fashion, but
Okay.
the aim is for it to get to fast fashion. Why? Because like I said, in fashion, the investment is a lot. Do you understand? So in fast fashion, they call it ready to wear.
Okay.
That means what you want to get is available. You understand? And they release designs often. But in slow fashion, they can release a few designs in a few months, and that's all they have to offer. So it's only the high-end people that can afford it, that would be able to afford it. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. That's just what I want to.
Difference in the fast fashion and the slow.
And slow fashion is that they put
Oh,
out there. So there are a lot of fast fashion brands out there. A lot. I would not want to call names right now, but there are a lot of fast fashion brands, a lot of slow fashion brands.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that maybe one makes more
Money than the other.
It
No, it just
on-
depends on your marketing, it depends on your branding, your packaging, who you are, what your name is, what your brand, how you built yourself. That's just it. In fact, a fast fashion brand might be making more money than a slow fashion brand. Why? Because they are selling to the masses, and
Yeah.
that's one secret to success. If you can sell to the masses, if you can sell to the people that are just in the middle, they are not too high, they're not too low,
Yeah.
then you are rich.
Yeah, I think even in business, sometimes we call that something called economies of scale.
Yes.
Yeah, where you can actually produce a lot of products and then sell to a large amount of people. But even if your margin
Even
is
if the
not a
margin
lot,
is not a lot,
you can,
yes.
people like likes of, let me not mention it, but some of our bottling companies, they do that. They sell 10 million bottles of their drink every month. They make 20 naira.
20, exactly. So even if your profit is not that much,
That's
you
200
will still
million
make
already.
a lot because you're selling to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that makes sense. So you also talked about investment in fashion that is high. What types of investments are required? Just high level, and what areas are those investments go into?
How much are you paying me for this information?
Well, it's high. That's why I said high level. You don't have to go into detail.
Anyway,
I'm sure maybe
I should
somebody
write
may
a
watch and
book
want to
after
ask you.
this interview. I should write a book because this information I'm dishing out to you is very, very, very important. And I'm talking from
I'll
experience.
be the first buyer of the book.
Okay.
I'll
sign it.
I'll buy 100 copies.
I'll sign it for you. Okay, so these are the things that, like investment, for me, I learned on the job, which is really bad. I would wish or want anybody that is going to it may not even be fashion.
Are you guys listening?
Yeah, to have a mentor, have someone that mentored you or mentors you, right? Someone that can tell you what to do, when to do it. When you're having a hiccup, how you can overcome that hiccup. It's easier that way. But when you're trying to figure it out yourself, you will learn, but the process of learning is too hectic and chaotic. So please make sure you have a mentor. I still don't have a mentor. I'm my own mentor, but make sure you have someone that you can look up to and can easily access and be like, oh, I'm facing this thing. Well, what can I do? That being said, there's a lot of things that you need to invest in. Number one, marketing. marketing.
Okay.
So marketing should not be overlooked. Never ever overlook marketing. Like marketing is business. How can you have something you're putting out there, and there are 1 million, 1 billion people that are doing what you're doing, and you think that the customers will just come and knock on your door in your house? It's not possible. So the amount of money that you invest in marketing, it kind of is almost equal to the sales
Okay.
that you make. So even our biggest brands, the biggest brand, just think of any random big brand in your head. They still do marketing. You see them on Google, you see them on Instagram, you see them on Facebook, you see them on billboards. Even the biggest cars right now, they still do their marketing. It may not just be for the demographic of people that you're around, but they know where they market their business and who they market their business to. So marketing is very, 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 very important. Try and put a lot of money into it. But before you do that, make sure that you understand how it works. That one, you have to call me for that information.
Please,
Because
we'll leave our details. You can reach out.
please don't call me.
Okay.
Anyway, marketing is very important. Make sure that you understand how it works for your own business, because what may work for a carpenter may not work for a fashion designer. You understand?
Exactly.
Yes. So and there are a lot of aspects of marketing. There's influencing, there's content creation. In this digital world right now, there are a lot of things that you need to do to put yourself out there, because everybody wants to put themselves out there right now. Everybody is something right now. So you need to understand how it works. Go for take classes online, webinars, learn, ask people questions. People that are even doing business might not even be what you're doing at the moment, but just ask them how they are doing it. So marketing is very, very, very important. Packaging, number 2.
Okay.
Packaging in business, it cannot be overemphasized, because the way you present yourself is the way people will judge you.
Yep.
So a rich person would ask, a poor person would ask you how do they say that thing? A poor person will ask you, what am I getting from that product? But a rich person will ask you, what is the value of that product?
True.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say in essence is the way you present your work determines how people will perceive you. And this doesn't even just go for only fashion alone. Even appearances, the way you appear is the way people will approach you and be like, oh, okay, I think I like what I'm seeing, before they even get down to what is really inside. You understand? So you need to package your if your business is going to be online, which I think it should, because this is an online era. Exactly. Your pictures should be really clear, high resolution. Express your story.
Okay.
Yes, there should be a story behind every brand and behind every picture. There should be a story. So I see a lot of people tell me, oh, I love your pictures. I like how it makes me feel. I like it's always very clear and all. It's because the presentation is nice, exactly. It's because I've already put that mind of that story of luxury in their head. Like when you see my brand, you see luxury, you see something clean, you see something that you want to associate yourself with. You understand? And this comes with packaging, down to your nylons, down to your labels. The story has to be consistent. Class, this is what I'm giving you. I'm giving you class. It has to be in their packaging. They should be very happy when they are seeing your product from afar, that, okay, this is what I got for so amount of money. So please invest in packaging. Don't just do things wishy-washy or shabbishly and think that, oh, it's just the clothes that they want to buy. No. People are more impressed with the packaging, what is outside and what is really inside. So yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Like they say, if you want to do something ordinary, you can do it the ordinary way. If you want to do something extraordinary, you have to add the extra things too.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And I agree with you. The packaging, we can't even underestimate the what the presentation is. I always say that people look on the outside. God looks on the inside. So you can work on whatever is inside you for the sake of God, but you have to work on your appearance for the sake of people.
For the sake of people.
Because people will always judge you by what they see.
True.
And that's very important. Okay, so if I got you well, I'm hearing investment in marketing is something you can't. Don't worry, she doesn't want to give us all the, All the
I didn't say I didn't want to give you. It's just that the story is long.
No, she will give us later, but not for the cameras. Okay, so I got marketing, education,
Yeah.
and I think
Packaging.
the packaging part. I think and then he said something about Google Ads and all this type of stuff
That's still on the
on
marketing.
the marketing. Because interestingly, I was speaking. I think it was sometime at work, and you notice that a lot of people want to sell something that they have, and they're looking for people to buy what they want to sell, instead of looking for people who are already looking for what they have to sell.
Exactly.
Which is two different philosophies of selling, really.
True.
But anyways, we'll go into that another day.